Okay, so we now have 3 unbound variables here. So let's take a look in our data binding and let's see what we need. So we need a linked parameter name. Yes, we need list item text. Not sure what that one is. Yes, is yet, and we need an element name. Okay, so first I'll add the linked element name. That will be our source element. Linked element name. Okay, and then second one is the linked parameter name. That was saved number. Okay, link it to the parameter name. Okay, and now let's go back into our recording. And let's see, list item text is when we select something from the combo box. Okay, so we're using the same item twice here, and Ranorex does not allow us to use it with separate values. So what I'll do is I'll split this off into separate recordings. So to create a new recording, you can just select a number of actions. I'll have to include clicking the parameter combo box. Okay, so click parameter combo box, type something, and then click it. Save button. I'm going to move also to a separate recording, so I can select a number of items, right click, and then here I have a few options, and one of them is move to new recording module. So I'll move this to a new recording module. Indeed, in the element connections folder it is suggesting. Click OK and give it a name, and so I'm selecting a linked parameter, so that's what I'll name the recording. Okay, and so I have a new select linked parameter recording here, and create element connection recording. Okay, I'll move clicking this save button to a separate recording. Okay, and I'll name this save element connections. So, okay, create it. And so now we have a recording with just one action in it, but that's okay as long as it's as the naming is clear and it's easy to reuse. So whenever I'm creating element connections in future tests, I can just grab this recording and drag it into my test. Okay, the select link parameter. Okay, I'll already go into my test and drag the select linked parameter in here. I'll not bind yet. Save the element connections is something I of course want to do. Then continue on the create element connections. So I want to click the element combo box, filter combo box. Yes, filter combo box. Then I might have made a mistake in the select linked parameter here. It's clicking the parameter combo box, then typing, and then selecting. Not sure if that will work or if I need to explicitly. No, when I start typing, it's already in the filter box, so I can leave that one out. Okay, filter combo box. Okay, so I'll also move all of these to a select linked element recording. Again, move to new recording module. In the element connections, name it select linked element. Okay, create. And then my create element connection recording is not really creating an element connection anymore, but it's selecting an element. So I'll rename that one. It's selecting. Yeah, it's opening the destination element. So I'll rename it to open elements. Okay, so open elements parameters, something like that. Yes, I want to apply this change. Okay. So that should be okay. Okay. And then, of course, I want to also... Okay, it's in there, so it's opening element parameters. It's selecting a linked parameter. It's saving element connections. It's not selecting the linked element yet, so I'll add this one in. And then let's see what I need for data binding. So those are no longer needed. I'll just press the F8 button to recompile because the open element parameters no longer needs variables. So Ranorex Studio needs to update this. Okay, and then I get 2 warnings here about module variables not being bound. I was in fact expecting an additional one. Let's check out the variables. So both are unused here, and I'll remove them. Okay, save that recording again. And then those unbound variables are indeed removed. Let's go into our data binding. So we want to use the source element as element name and as the first list item to click, and then the parameter number we're going to use for the next 2. Okay. And now our create element connection should be a working test case. I'll just also add the teardown and make sure it's closing all cards. Okay, so holding control while dragging makes a copy of any existing recording in your test suite. Okay, let's save. Take a look at our condition here. Okay, so nothing is created. I'll save. And in fact, I should be able to run our entire test now because it's creating the connection and then validating it. Okay, so I'll close my cube and just hit the big run button on top here. Okay, test should now, the login should be nearly completed. And after that, it will first create the element connection. It's first doing a couple of basic checks. Okay, so it selected the source element. Or I might have a typo there. It typed saved number instead of saved number. I'll need to check that. Okay, now it's searching for the save button, which seems to be taking exceptionally long. So we might still have an issue there with this save button. Okay, I'll pause my test using the end button. So as you can see, it's now saying the test is paused, and I'll take a look at those paths for the saved button. In Ranorex Studio, save element connections, save button. Okay, I forgot to give the button panel double slash at the start. Okay, this is of course not updated dynamically, so I'll stop the test using the pause button and restart it. Okay, as you can see, we have one fail and 4 parts that were not executed here. So I'll close the log and I'll also disable the test cases we're not using yet. Okay, save this and close. I can just discard this one. Okay. And yeah, that looks okay. Just leave it open. Okay, and let's run the test again. Okay, so data miner's connecting and Ranorex should be logging in. Okay, it will log my account out first. Okay, so now Ranorex will log in and do a set of basic checks on the UI to make sure we can run everything. I forgot to close the element connections, but the login checks are taking care of that. Okay, so now it's opening element connections, it's opening the destination element. Now selecting the source element from the dropdown. Next should be selecting the parameter. Okay, something may go wrong there. To save the number. Okay, so now it's going to check in the element cards. Okay, setting the parameter to 0. And I'm going to confirm the dialog that's not in the code. And that may have blocked switching to the destination element. Just going to quickly do this manually. Okay, so I did the validation there. It's going back to the source element now. And now the saved number should be applied immediately. Okay, go back into the destination. Close it. And that's the end of our test, so I expect it to close Cube now. Okay, and then just finalizing, and it should generate a nice green report. Okay, so we have two past test cases. Just one thing that we haven't done yet is add some validation in creating the element connections. So let's do that now.